Hey guys!
You say goodbye, and I say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello.
So two things before I begin. First of all, my phone isn't working very well, and that's usually what I record my videos on. So this is my webcam. So the quality is, meh, and the sound is even more meh. So you have to bear with me here. And also, did you like that intro that I just did? It's really, really rough, but it's kind of like a build-on idea sort of thing. So if you guys like it, I think we should make a better one with more ideas. We'll talk about it later. So this week I'm supposed to talk about something embarrassing, and so I will do just that. So basically, when I was in 7th grade, I was this shy, kind of dorky girl, as with all middle schoolers were, and I was not very outgoing, I guess, and so when we were reading all these documents out loud, I was like, oh, you know what, maybe this will be my chance to kind of stand out or something. And so when the teacher goes, okay, who'd like to read next? And I was like, oh, me, right? And the teacher does this whole thing and points to me. And so I was like, yeah, I gotta read out loud. And so I stand up and I start reading. So out of nowhere, I hear an echo, and it's not the kind of echo that was like, when, I. But it was like whenever I talked, someone else would start talking too, and I realized that the person in front of me was reading the same document out loud. This is so embarrassing. She thinks that the teacher called on her because he obviously called on me, and she's reading, and so she's mistaken. I felt really embarrassed for her, but I was like, you know what? Now that she's heard the echo, she realized her mistake, and she should sit down. And so I just kept reading as if there was no problem. And then I heard the echo again. Does she not realize what is happening? Or why isn't she sitting down? And I looked over at her, and she looked over at me, and we both looked over at the teacher, and he goes, yes, you keep reading. Right, I mean, as he calls on me, so I'm going to keep reading. And so I kept reading, and I kept reading, and she would keep reading, she just wouldn't quit. And then we finally looked over at her and we're like, me? And she goes, yes, you. And I was like, okay. And so I kept reading, and he goes, Aiko, sit down. I was the one who was wrong, because he called on the girl in front of me, and the whole time I thought he was looking at me. And it was the most embarrassing moment of my life, because keep in mind, we've been standing up in the middle of this quiet class, right? And everyone obviously knew that he had called on her except for me, and I just looked like this oblivious idiot who kept reading even though everyone knows that it was her turn to read. It was so embarrassing. It was just, I couldn't even stand being in that same area. It was just terrible. And that was my embarrassing story of the month. It's still traumatizing, and keep in mind that I forget most embarrassing things that happen to me. And I fall asleep and it's like everything is new, but this one I didn't forget for some reason. I would really like to forget it, so I should get on that soon. But yep, I remember. So I'm looking forward to how embarrassing you guys are, because remembering this has made me flushed again, because it's just terrible. So I will see you guys again soon. Later, bye! Oh, hello, what is this, another side note? But Aiko, why do you have another side note? Can't you just get your ideas out in one take? Great question, Aiko. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Basically, I keep trying to be prompt and make all these videos ahead of time, right, the day before, and then I edit them on Tuesdays, ready to upload on Wednesdays. Usually, that's what I'm trying to do. What's difficult is when you upload your videos and then I realize, oh crap, I have to reply to this, and there's some things that I need to say. So I stop exporting my video, and I add this little side note in. Okay, I'm sorry about my text video. I tried to do something on that day just so it looks like I'm still alive, but I know it wasn't enough, and I'm willing to be punished. Haley, I feel like it might be okay, because she said she was having technical difficulties, and she let us know that, things were happening, so I think we can just let her go on that. Also, I'm okay with your rules. I think those are perfectly fine. Maybe we can set one for a minimum uploading time, like before 9 o'clock p.m. or something. Just as a general rule of thumb, we can, have that to go on, and minimum video length maybe? I'm not sure. But I do like your rules, and I think we can abide by them. Yes. End of side note. End of video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Why is your eyesight camera so much better than mine?